Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
what were you saying?
Go ahead.
Oh, you want to talk about the ramifications
of
this movie?
I don't know about ramifications per se, but we did just watch one of the greatest movies we've ever watched here on our podcast.
Especially
Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas.
Best
wow. I mean,
what an original IP.
Wow.
No, original's not the word for it.
It's groundbreaking.
It is. Yeah. Well, I mean,
it'll give you new
understanding Jesus Christ.
Christmas.
Of something. I mean,
help you understand something.
So I think the biggest takeaway was there towards the end of the movie, which is we could take any symbol, pagan or Christian or made up or anything, and completely provide a brand new
explanation for it,
meaning for it, and just go with it. Doesn't matter what it actually is or whatever.
It's true.
But you do it completely on your own, right? Because one thing for a symbol to have meaning and a culture takes it and provides a meaning for it over several years
like
or something,
swastika,
right? I mean, so that happens, and it's a natural change or transition. But apparently now, Mr. Cameron has given us permission to just grab any symbol we want.
Can we take a pentagram and make it?
Yes, whatever you want. You want a pentagram to be the sign of Christendom? Go for it. Because Kirk Cameron says we just take symbols and make them mean whatever we want.
Like the ornaments on a tree, meaning fruit.
Sure, because apparently we have to put fruit back on the tree.
That was in the Bible, I remember.
Yeah. Along with
and
stealing, right? Along with Adam stealing the fruit.
And it's not like Kirk Cameron kind of forgot another person in the creation story.
Who?
Eve.
Who is that?
Women don't count.
I mean, come on now.
Who the heck is Eve?
I have no idea who you're talking about. So, did you have some thoughts there, Mr. Michael, on the movie?
My thoughts were Kirk Cameron needs to put his head straight and rethink his things on Christianity.
Why?
Because a lot of what he said was pretty bullshit.
Was it now? Do you have any examples you care to share with the group here?
I mean, we just did the whole fruit.
I mean, there's a reason why Kirk Cameron got involved in Ray Comfort's ministry. Because he loves fruit.
But the whole entire fruit on the tree thing, that's like, what?
What was it?
No, it's just...
I
didn't make sense at all.
Desperately want to see Kirk Cameron saving Easter. Desperately.
Let's do it. Let's save Easter with Kirk Cameron.
If Kirk Cameron's listening, we will make this movie with him.
It'll be better. I pretty much promise you
Whatever,
that.
I mean...
Do you think Kirk Cameron wrote the movie?
I feel like the movie was never written.
Yeah,
I feel like
write a movie?
I feel like half the time
he put White Morgan Freeman in the car and he's like, listen.
No, it's Gordon Freeman.
I said White Morgan Freeman.
Well, he's not White Morgan Freeman. He's Gordon Freeman.
And he said, listen, I need you to act like I'm about to suck your dick. I'm going to tell you a bunch of stories. And you're going to listen to them.
And
I'm
you're going to
pretty
believe
sure he was actually on a porn set. He just didn't know about it.
It's a car, so if that's what you call a car, then sure.
Well, yes, but
if it's a hunter, everything is a porn set.
Like they're sharing a studio with a porn. So
they were.
Yeah, and Kirk Cameron actually walked on the wrong.
Well, that's what Kirk Cameron's older sister does for a living. That's what nobody talks about.
Got it.
I thought she did Hallmark movies.
She made a movie ripoff.
That's the other one.
She made a movie ripoff of Kirk Cameron's first job called Groaning Pains.
Oh God!
Made a fortune.
That's how she paid for that house there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Her biggest goal in life was to buy 2 refrigerators.
Woo! She got over.
Sure.
Over.
So you were talking about fruit. What else, man? What else you got?
Like the whole presents meaning a New Jerusalem thing. Like what? That makes no sense.
What?
Well, but sure does, because he provided a new definition.
Yeah, he's kind of right about the soldiers being nutcrackers, because they were kind of Jesus' ball busters.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, see, he was on target. He was on target.
He was close,
right?
Do you have any?
Well, I provided my my big pick.
Hunter?
What? My second on it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Were you watching the movie?
I was watching the
Were
movie.
you fondling yourself or? Yes, both.
Freaking weird.
Oh, it was weird.
We're saying that I have a question.
Okay.
We don't know what tree the tree of life is, so I assume it was a pine tree.
I think it was more of the fact that it's evergreen.
Evergreen.
Ooh, energy.
Not magic.
Yeah, magic. Yeah, it's sort of magic.
So based upon what that interchange right there makes me think that Hunter and Kirk Cameron wrote the movie we just watched. But Hunter fell asleep and forgot he wrote it with him. Because now he's like, oh, evergreen. Oh wait, that's right, magic. So that's why we used the magic tree.
Kirk Cameron sat with an idea team. He's like, I want to make a movie
About magic
for
trees.
Christians that buy cherished moments figurines.
And fruit.
And
This
fruit.
is wait a minute. I gotta figure it out. He owns stock in a company that does fruit.
Monsanto! It all ties together.
No,
He's
no,
part of a
it's-
satanic conglomerate.
False. It's Chiquita.
Chiquita.
Come on. Me and Rick Comfort own Chiquita. That's what it is. So
Kirk Cameron's in backstage with Ray Comfort. You son of a bitch, you better sell these bananas.
oh, talk about how they fit in my hand.
Perfectly in my mouth. Curves into my mouth. And they have a tab on them.
Wait a minute. We never found out what Christmas sky blowjobs have to relate to Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about?
Christmas sky blowjobs?
Also, Jason, the whole St. Nicholas thing was blessing children.
Well, we may be extrapolating a little more than
Well,
fair,
yeah,
but
but,
it's just funny.
but to be fair, anybody who watches that movie thinks he's either going to fuck or murder children.
Or both, right? He looks like a pedophile.
Yeah.
Or maybe eat them too.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta have a Christmas goose. So,
It's
Gonna
going to
fuck. Guys, he's gonna kill
stuff
them.
the goose.
Guys, he's gonna
He's gonna
fuck
stuff
them,
it,
kill them,
alright.
and eat them.
That's a whole new game in
hey,
itself.
man. Well, yeah, but I don't know that if I was trying to encourage people to be all on board with St. Nicholas, aka Santa Claus. Well, first of all, Santa Claus today is not at all the same as St. Nicholas. But however, whatever. Let's say we forgive that. Are we gonna look past the idea that we're trying to say, well, we should really look up to this guy because he smited a man when he disagreed with him and
Beat a
in
man
religious
half to
argument?
death according to Kirk Cameron because
I mean-
he disagreed. Yeah.
I mean, whether or not
No, I'm pretty sure he beat him
we'll
to death.
assume that St. Nicholas was right, but even the church didn't agree with him, right?
Yeah.
And they removed
kicked
him
him out.
as a bishop. So, really? I mean, come on. I don't know.
That movie was a full mess of problems.
So there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the movie. Probably a good idea we just discussed it for a moment. But so what I would say is I don't think that there's any reason to have a movie like this because I don't know that today we hear anyone tell us we cannot have Christmas trees or that we can't say Merry Christmas.
I mean,
so much.
Christmas is the biggest holiday of the year.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Actually, for Americans, Halloween is the biggest holiday of the year.
That's fair. I can see that.
Yeah.
Halloween and Christmas.
I think it was Halloween, Christmas, and the 4th of July.
And what is the basis of that? Like how much money we spend on stuff, or
Yeah.
Guys,
really we spend more money on Halloween? Let's see, I'm hard pressed to believe that.
Kirk Cameron saves Halloween.
But he probably wouldn't. Maybe he would.
He would. I mean,
Let's call him. Somebody get that man on the phone.
if Kirk Cameron saves Arbor Day.
What?
Nice. Well, yeah, you got to save Arbor Day
Well, you gotta save the trees.
because otherwise, where are we gonna put the fruit at?
Absolutely.
Amen. Come on now. All right, someone turn the music on. It's time for the white boys to dance. Oh wait, that's the end of the podcast today.
I still think Passion of the Christ would have been a better movie if there was a dance sequence at the
Stop
end.
it. Oh, my.
Yeah. and a little bunny that chewed the cross, hinting to the sequel.
No, you missed it. So, the spirit left the tomb and entered a bunny and hopped away. That's how the Easter Bunny. And then so when he leaves the eggs, because obviously rabbits lay
eggs, because they're mammals.
Right. So when the Easter Bunny lays eggs,
wait a minute.
it also puts the spirit in the egg.
Guys, I think we're getting it all wrong.
And then we open it up and we can
at
get
some point the bunny was actually a platypus.
But wait, let's not give away all the
and
spoilers.
That's how he escaped the Romans' custody.
AKA the Nutcracker.
The Nutcracker. Yeah, see, everything ties together.
It's very important. But that's the only way out of New Jerusalem was to make sure the platypus could get out.
We get hearts from the bunny ripping the Roman soldier's heart out to save Jesus.
Amen.
Yep.
And then it leads to Valentine's Day.
Amen. That's right. That's right. Come on now. That's right.
And then
somehow I just got infected. His spittle is on me. Somebody have any bleach?
And then Jesus somehow went into the sky and blew up like a firework, and that's
why we celebrate the 4th of July. Yep.
So that's how the ascension works. That makes so much sense.
Not because of
Did you just choke on something? Get it out of your mouth.
What?
Pull it out of your throat.
What if he pulled a hairball out of his throat?
I don't know, Daddy. I don't want to take it.
Whoa! Wow, that's scary.
I can't imagine any holidays Kirk Cameron could save.
Oh.
Other than Christmas.
All the holidays. All the holidays.
Spring break.
It's not a holiday.
It is today.
He even has to save all the.
He saves New Year's because Jesus was a baby, and we have baby New Year's, and baby Jesus brought us new life. So therefore, we have New Year's.
Kirk Cameron saves.
I'm sure.
I feel like Kirk Cameron was on coke writing this.
Kirk Cameron doesn't do cocaine.
Whoa.
No.
Don't blaspheme a man like that.
That man is a saint.
Just like St. Nicholas. Doesn't matter if he
Who likes bananas?
It doesn't matter if he eats bananas, blesses children, and murders men, but he can still be a saint.
True story. St. Nicholas never had a leg cramp.
Yeah. He ate a lot of potassium?
All that potassium.
That's right. Amen.
Yeah. Solid bowel movements.
Yeah.
Which is what he called the blessing. So it all ties together.
That's the
Kirk Cameron is. This movie is the pie of Christian movies.
And what's the poop? What's the shit?
Bananas. Solid
AKA
stool.
stocking stuffers.
Hey guys, how does Kirk Cameron say
Elves?
St. Patrick's Day?
Elves. Roman slaves.
Trying to help build the kingdom of God.
Absolutely.
Somebody had to.
Somebody had to, and it might as well be dwarf Middle Easterners.
Yeah. Also known as hobbits.
And Jewish people.
Also known as Jews.
I'm trying to think of another holiday that Kirk Cameron could save.
St. Patrick's Day.
Nothing can save that holiday.
Cinco de Mayo.
Go to foreign holidays.
Well, the fruit fell off the tree into a bucket, and it fermented.
That's St. Patty's Day.
Oh man, he did it twice. Did it twice.
Well, and the tree. See, here's how it works with St. Patty's Day. The tree, and the fruit, and Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
As we know, we just heard this from Kirk Cameron how it all plays out. And then, Jesus and the serpent, right?
Okay, all right.
And then he drove all the serpents out, therefore St. Patty's Day. Right? The history of St. Patty's Day.
I got it, yep.
He drove the serpent. He crushed the head of the serpent, thereby destroying.
I tell you what, if it wasn't for Kirk Cameron going through years of theology class and
We might never have.
we would never
this
have the
insight.
answers that we have
Wait,
now.
what about Kirk Cameron saves Columbus Day?
Well, if there wasn't new light from Christmas and New Year's Day, alright, we would have never been able to grow up strong by eating the Christmas goose.
And we wouldn't have had the strength to get on the Santa Maria.
Well, to get past the Nutcracker soldiers, to leave New Jerusalem, to get on the Santa Maria,
Okay.
to go look for new worlds, to bring the dwarves to, and elves I mean, sorry, in order to build the kingdom and spread the word.
Wait, what about Thanksgiving?
Well, right, well,
St.
okay,
Nicholas just fucking hated turkeys.
so obviously with Thanksgiving, that's after the Santa Maria, and we moved to a different area, right, and started to try to Christianize and civilize.
Spreading the word.
Spreading
And
the blessings.
a turkey felt like it didn't sacrifice enough to Jesus on that day. So he's like, listen, guys,
Amen, bless your
I
heart.
know you're
Come on now.
hungry. I'm going to sacrifice myself
Amen.
for Jesus.
And this isn't 5 loaves and 2 fish. This is a turkey.
And he's like, dude, check out my giblets.
I mean, look at this. I mean, come on now.
Make a gravy out of this shit.
I'll give you some gravy.
I want to be in your mouth. That's what the turkey said to the pilgrims. And they're like, let's make this happen. Praise Jesus.
Amen, bless your heart. Come on.
What about Flag Day?
Why don't you tell us about
Flag, all right, Hunter, yeah. You do Flag Day.
Alright.
Skeletor's gonna count.
Flag Day is celebration of Christmas tinsel. And the cloth, the flags are the cloth of Jesus' tomb.
The swaddling cloths.
Exactly, the
Oh,
swaddling.
them again. I forgot about
And we
that.
just
Yeah.
fly the swaddling cloths as a reminder, as a symbol
of Jesus.
of Jesus.
Wait,
In
what
my
about-
head, the first people doing this were waving the shroud of Turin all over.
What about President's Day?
Well, that's simple.
Don't be
Jesus
disgusting.
goes. Don't be disgusting. It's so vulgar. What about
Who do you think you are?
Memorial Day.
Well, that's just a
We just
remembrance
remember it.
of the dad who sacrificed himself for Jesus.
That's right. Because
What about Veterans
there were 2 sets of nutcrackers.
What about Veterans Day then?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
we are remembering not just the fallen, but also the current nutcrackers that are the soldiers, Christian soldiers.
You know, when Nathaniel comes back, we're going to call him a nutcracker.
Well, he would have been one of those guys trying to kill Jesus as a Marine. I feel like that's true.
What about Martin Luther King Jr. Day?
What about it?
He is a reverend, so he's connected to Jesus. Right
Yeah.
there. So civil rights is connected
We're
to
stopping that one right there. Let's do.
What's the scene from God's Not Dead 3?
We wouldn't know. Haven't watched it.
Jesus is the ultimate SJW. Literally a scene in the movie.
Okay. Well, they just killed it. Way
Yep.
to go.
Not even a joke. Not
Not even a joke.
No.
Jesus is an
How many more holidays could we do?
I'm trying to think of any other.
Do all the holidays.
All the holidays.
Bastille Day.
Wait.
What about Talk Like a Pirate Day?
Yeah. So
National
you
Pie Day.
can't just make up holidays. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
I mean, if we're going off of Kirk Cameron logic, then yeah, we
So
can.
National Pie Day is, so there was 3 disciples, okay, and you multiply 3 times 4, you get 12, and then multiply 12 times 1, you still get 12. There's 12 disciples. Bada bing.
Bada boom.
It's about disciples.
Hmm.
It's all about 3.14.
And fruit.
And fruit. They loved fruit.
Fruit pies.
Pie, fruit pie.
Yep.
That's Jesus.
Amen.
I don't think we can do anymore.
No, that's the killer.
Hunter, you got any?
What, any holidays?
Yeah.
Oh god, he's gonna kill me. He's got the bubonic plague. Cause you know why?
Fleas?
Cause A, he's got fleas. B, he didn't get the goose poop. He tried bringing it to the tree, getting past the nutcrackers to get to the New Jerusalem, and following the star of the tree. They didn't do it.
Yep.
So he's gonna die, and again we're gonna get back to Halloween
What about
because
your
his spirit's
birthday?
gonna be in limbo, haunting us every Halloween until
What
he
about-
can get to goose poop.
Guys, what about your birthday?
Well, my birthday. I was literally ripped out of my mother, so.
Jesus?
In that Jesus?
Yes. We'll go with yes.
Yes.
So,
What about Earth Day? How does that relate to Jesus?
well, obviously,
He
you
made
gotta
the
save the
earth.
earth.
Gotta save the earth. Jerusalem.
Way
Duh.
to be ignorant. I mean, jeez. So, aside from saving Christmas and apparently every other holiday, what are we gonna talk about? What else do we want to talk about today?
Whatever. Michael, you're our
the guest of honor.
I am? Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you're putting so much pressure on me.
Oh, that's that pressure. Wait till you feel the pressure later.
Oh.
The
Alright. When where?
The pressure of the spirit,
It's all pressure.
Wait a minute.
like Mary felt.
Just relax. This is happening.
So, Jason butt fucking Chris.
What?
Whoa!
Whoa!
I mean, Jason butt
Whoa.
fucking Michael.
No!
It's directly coordinated to Jesus.
What?
Chris.
Okay, I'm moving because let's not be weird about stuff. At least Kirk Cameron wasn't being disgusting. He's just not smart enough to know any better.
Does Kirk Cameron have the same intelligence as Hunter or a bit better?
No comment.
That's a tough question to ask right there.
Because that like makes me have to decide whether either of them have. So
I'm gonna say Hunter's smarter.
that's not fair. Kirk Cameron knows how to read.
Who said? Because he
He
hasn't
read
read
the Bible. Yes, he did. He knows that Adam stole the fruit and has to return it.
Adam stole it. Like,
His dad told him to bring it back. You bring that apple back to the tree you stole it from, and you tell that gardener you stole it.
I'm almost certain Kirk Cameron confuses fairy tales for the Bible.
Well, didn't
Well,
all
that's a
Aesop's
great story.
fables come from the Bible?
I don't
Guys,
That was
Kirk Cameron.
Did not.
Oh.
Did
saves
not.
fairy tales.
But you should have said yes.
Saving fairy tales.
Saving fairy tales. Kirk Cameron saves fairy tales. We just want to make Kirk Cameron have his own series of films now.
I mean, he does make films still, doesn't he? What was this
Well, he
one?
made this, so
Sure. I mean, if you want to
if you call it
consider,
a film,
if you want to consider Fireproof a film.
well, it's probably better than this film.
I mean, it is a lot better than his film.
I mean, I too am addicted to pornography. That's why I can't build a boat so I can love my wife.
Wait, you have to build a boat to love your wife?
Sure. I mean,
That's why I'm not married.
That's essentially-
Because I am not building a boat.
that's essentially why.
Forget that.
Right? Is that fireproof? Or is that fireproof?
What?
Hunter?
Bowling about? No.
Was that courage?
Oh,
That was a Noah's Ark.
Yes.
That's a.
I remember when Noah was addicted to internet pornography. Yeah.
I just looked up Kirk Cameron's filmography. He's in some secular films.
Let me see. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, he wasn't.
He was in it. It was in
He
a
has-
Disney movie called You Lucky Dog. The Computer Wore Tennis Shoes.
Those are television movies from
Growing
the early
Pains.
90s. Well, yeah, he was in Growing
The
Pains.
Best of Times.
Before
The best of times, the worst of times.
Kirk Cameron's got
So,
stars.
Why don't we leave Kirk Cameron alone for a little bit and talk
Yeah.
about. We can't! We love you, Kirk! And talk a little bit
Christmas.
about Christmas, being as how we're coming up on Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Hunter, put your clothes back on.
No.
Do you guys have any Christmas traditions
Yes.
What?
that you'd like to?
Pizza.
Yeah,
Okay.
our mom makes homemade pizza.
Strangely enough, that is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is a tradition for me too. We have pizza every Christmas Eve.
We make
Yeah.
homemade pizza every Christmas Eve. We eat it after
You
Christmas
sacrifice the goose to Jesus.
and then every Christmas Eve we wait till midnight and we open at least one small gift.
We also read Jesus' story.
Yeah, we also.
You read Jesus' story.
Jesus.
The one you find at the dollar store.
See,
For
I
children,
told you
Jesus'
he
story.
wasn't literate. Because that's I read Jesus' story.
I read Jesus' story.
No, his grammar's
Where's the
just
picture
off.
book of Jesus shooting out of the birth canal?
Oh, he's touching me. So that's it. That's your tradition. That's it right there. You guys.
What did you ask for Christmas this year?
Eat pizza.
I'm
You,
not.
open
I'm
a
asked for computer parts. I'm a good boy.
I thought you would have asked for the Wi-Fi password to get back online.
Because your internet pornography addiction was getting in the way of you building a boat.
Amen. The flood is coming. Friend.
Why did you want computer parts?
Because I want to build a PC.
To do what?
Internet pornography.
1080p internet. No,
Yes.
4K.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Michael, what did you ask for
I'll just all the storage I want on my PC is just all going for. No.
For you, that wouldn't surprise me at all. It's not funny.
For me,
Christmas?
It is pretty
For
funny.
me, I just want some. I don't want much this year. I'm not really needing much.
Okay, so what do you want?
Just some gifts for my Nintendo Switch. The new Smash Brothers game just came out, so I really want that. And then probably either one of the new Pokemon games or Octopath Traveler.
I'm sorry?
Octopath Traveler, it's made by Square.
Oh. I know.
The guys who made Final Fantasy. The developers.
Buddy, what do you want for Christmas?
balls! I want the balls back!
Not gonna happen. But Chris does have them in a jar.
I do.
Just in case.
So what are you guys doing for Christmas this year? Are you going somewhere or are you staying in town?
Stay in town.
Is your grandma coming?
No.
Why?
Yeah, she lives all the way near town.
She don't love them anymore.
She found a better family.
No,
She found out what he's building a computer for and said, that's it, I'm out.
they rarely visit us.
I mean, we really visit our family that's all the way in Arizona and Montana, too.
Sure. So, when I was growing up, we had, our tradition was Christmas Eve, all of us would get together at my grandparents' house on my
And
mom's
jack off.
side. No, not so much. So we would all get together, and by all of us I mean my immediate family and then all of my grandma's kids, right? So her kids and their immediate families. We'd come together as a family on Christmas Eve. We do a Christmas Eve service and go out to her house, had all sorts of food and whatever, and obviously presents, and then just kind of hang out. That was always cool. But now that everyone's older, mostly moved away, that don't happen no more, right?
Mhm.
So that's done. But then at home with our immediate family on Christmas Day, we would in fact read the Jesus story,
Jesus.
The Kirk Cameron version? Or
the Hunter version of the Jesus story.
Aw,
So for real though, like we'd have to wait for our parents to get up, and then we would have to read a biblical account of the Christmas story, and then after that, because we had to remember what Christmas was about before we were allowed to touch gifts. That included the blessings left in the stockings and presents under the tree.
But you also have to survive the beating from St. Nicholas.
Well, I wasn't that naughty. Just naughty enough to get a beating, but not a severe beating. Right.
oh, so you weren't smiting.
No, he didn't smite me. He just made sure that I got the beating I deserved annually before I could get.
Also, smiting is different than murder.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, just so
Exactly.
we make that clear.
Yes, exactly. So, funny story about Christmas at my house growing up. My mom hated when my brothers and I would pick up gifts and shake them and try to figure out what was in there. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's done that.
Yeah.
Well, we got pretty good at figuring out what was in there. We also pretty much got what we asked for a lot of the time. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. And so it was easy to kind of figure out. Well, then my mom decided, I don't know, we were probably in middle school at some point. She's like, I'm going to start putting codes on the presents. Well, here's the problem. She put a code down and then forget what the code was, like who it was for. It's like whatever random thing she'd write on a package, she'd forget. So then Christmas morning we get here, and then she'd have her cup of coffee and we'd read the biblical text, and then she's like, okay. Then she started passing out gifts, and then we'd open something up, and you're like, what is this? She's, oh wait, that's not yours. And she'd rip it out of your hand and like give it to your brother. And I remember a couple times that I couldn't remember exactly what it was. There were a couple times that they were like, whatever I opened, I said, oh, that's really cool. She's like, yeah, that's not yours. Yoink, right? And then give it to my brother. I'm like, what? And she'd give me something. I'm like, I did not want that. Right? Whatever. Anyway, it cracked me up. So then, when we were older and I was in college, I decided I would, pay her back.
Yeah. Like
on purpose and kind of joke with her. So I don't remember exactly what she wanted. She wanted some sort of jewelry, so I got it for her. But I, Black Friday, bought a Craftsman drill, like one of those 19-volt rechargeable drills. And I wrapped it up and everything, put her name on it, put it on the tree. And so when she sat down and I gave it to her, so, oh, this is really heavy. I don't know what this was. She opened it. You should have saw her face. It was just like, because she always appreciates just like any gift I would ever gotten her. But she did not know how to respond to a drill. Like it wasn't like, it was just utter disappointment. Like, I can't believe you got me a drill.
I remember my mother would always get the prank jokes. Like they literally went out of their way to prank my mother. So like my cousins would, every year there'd be a box of condoms bought for my mother. My mother was 47 at the time, single, no interest in relationships. Then of course, she would get Depends wrapped up for a hairnet. The best gift ever was an animatronic humping chihuahua.
Come on.
Yes,
now.
yeah, we had that. That was an amazing, and it moaned too.
Boy.
You get squeeze the ear, and it would moan and start humping whatever it was on. It had a little strap to attach it to.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a Spencer's gift. Hunter, what's the best gift you ever got?
Save life. No.
His birthright, if I recall. Because he does have a birthright now. Really, you're that spoiled. You had that many gifts. You can't think of what your best one was.
Yes.
Needless to say that with my mom and that drill, when I finally pulled out her real gift, she about fell over and died because she really thought I got her a drill. Like, no,
what'd you get her?
Or jewelry, whatever she wanted.
Oh.
Yeah.
My favorite gift was actually last
year.
Whoa,
nobody asked you.
I'm
just kidding. Dude, I'm just teasing.
My favorite gift was from last year's gift. It's something that I've been using constantly now.
Your V card?
Yeah.
So, your V card?
A flashlight.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, I just wanted one.
No,
I'm gonna name it Tyrone.
A new 1080p monitor.
1080p
nice.
Monitor.
Nice.
With like 144 refresh rate.
Very nice.
I use it constantly. It's like one of the things that I can use without having to be like, oh, well, it's useless now. Yoink. And then if I need to, I could just give it to somebody else.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
What's the worst gift you've ever gotten, Hunter?
Oh boy.
A sister.
Fuck that shit.
We know you do. We know you're
Do birthday gifts count?
Yeah.
This year for my birthday, my grandma sent me...
A dead hooker.
No. She sent me a friggin' extension cord. Oh, that's awesome! What? With USB in it too.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
roll.
different. But
Oh yeah, that's practical. I really like it.
that's hilarious.
She also sent me R2D2 inspired salt and pepper shakers. I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm not gonna use these. Except for
Salt and
powers.
pepper. You don't use salt and pepper?
No, I like
He doesn't
grinding
cook.
myself.
I use a hot
I mean, if he can't walk into a
No, I
gas station
grind
and pull
my
it off
salt
the
and
shelf.
pepper now. I like it more fresh.
you're too fancy.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I'm too fancy. I can't use it.
Why don't
Okay.
they use the salt crusher? Hunter?
What?
I like grinding myself.
Worst gift? Oof.
He doesn't know what his worst was. He doesn't know what his best was.
Oof.
Do you even remember gifts you get?
Yes.
Very helpful.
Probably this book set that I gave you about 4 years ago that you just kind of gave to Michael.
Okay, he doesn't know how to read. That's on you.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
coming
remember
back to me
those.
now that I'm getting out of my
I remember. No.
mental fog.
That I went out of my way to find Michael a George Lucas written book, and Michael opens it up and goes, "Oh, what?"
When I was younger, my grandmother on my dad's side used to buy us dollar store toys.
Oh, I remember.
Nice.
I remember my
Tons of-
worst gift ever. I still have it.
What is it?
It's a playset.
Okay,
Of
what
what?
kind of playset?
It's a giant Optimus Prime playset.
That's awesome.
Why is it terrible?
Because I had nothing to do with it. It was basically a hunk of plastic.
Oh, they didn't buy you the toys
Yes,
for it?
yes, they didn't buy the toys for it.
Okay, so I got a story. If
So
we're going to
it
talk about
was-
play sets. I have a story about a play set.
It was just a playset.
My father.
Because I was like, well, Grandma, I want Transformers. Because I like Transformers, I still do. I was like, I want Transformers. So she buys me a big playset, but nothing to play with it.
Seems like that was one of those family things that people should have been buying gifts to go together, and they did not.
Nope.
We're talking about their family.
I know.
My father went out of his way to buy me the Snake Mountain He-Man playset.
A real doll?
It was 1989, so sure.
Did he just forget to get you any He-Man toys?
No, I had He-Man
Wait,
toys.
you were alive in '89?
Yeah.
Just teasing. You old man.
And so then midway through summer, my playset disappeared. Sad story, because my father sold my playset for booze money.
Oh.
And then we find out.
At least it wasn't crack money.
Yeah, and then we find out he sold it to my neighbor, and my neighbor used it as a Halloween decoration. So I had to see it all the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That was my life.
Can you just go buy it? Can you just go buy it?
With what? I was like 3.
So basically, he sold your playset. That shit.
To my neighbor, and my neighbor used it as a decoration that I had to see every day.
So mine is not anywhere as bad as that, because this wasn't necessarily intentional, but my parents bought me the Atari Lynx.
Oh.
You remember that, the handheld thing?
Yeah.
It was, back in the day, it was kind of cool, right?
I bet you rather want a Game Boy.
No, this one's actually, I think it was better than a Game Boy, to be honest with you. And when I got it, I had a bunch of games with it. Like I had a baseball game, I had a football game, I had a Batman game, I had a racing game, all sorts of stuff came with it. Anyway, so I really liked the game. I was playing whatever. We went somewhere. I think we went up to Wisconsin Dells one year for Christmas. And I think I had it with me, whatever. We were up there. We came back. I left it in our van.
So we went in and
and
stole it.
They sold the van, and they didn't get the game out. And they're like, "Well, you didn't tell us it was in there." I'm like, "I didn't know you were selling the van."
They sold the van in Wisconsin Dells?
No, we had come back. I just
Oh.
had left it in the van, and so anyway, they sold it, and I'm like, "Well, can you call the people you sold it to and ask for my game back?" No, it's not in there. We looked. We took everything out. But no, like it was in there. Well, no, we looked. I'm like, but I had it right up against where it's connected to the floor, or to the seats connected to the bottom of the van. No, we checked everything. I'm like, you call me? Never called me.
Could be
Never got it back.
Could be an O. Henry story. they took it and sold it, so they give my dad liquor money, and then
Could be.
yeah, and got it's an O. Henry story.
Oh, but seriously, never got my toy back. Never got my game back.
So
Your links back.
my grandma and grandpa bought me the Bat Cave from the '89 movie,
Yep.
and back in the day it was just a mold. Like it was just a mold with rocks and then stickers to make everything look like. So we had a Chihuahua terrier mix,
Oh no.
and
You got to it.
I got stickers on it. That day, the Chihuahua was like, I don't like this. Pissed all over it, and all the stickers were ruined. So from then on, I had to play with a rock mold.
Animals.
Yeah, that was
Animals.
the meanest dog we ever had. Now this is the most spoiled dog we ever had. Buddy may be the best gift I ever got. He loves Hunter.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Mm.
After.
Hunter, how about you tell the time you stuck your finger up my dog's butthole?
What was the worst gift you were ever given, Jason?
Worst I was ever given.
Yeah.
Socks.
What's funny is I still have that playset.
You know, like
Do you really?
I do actually. I used to get socks and underwear
Uh-huh.
as a gift.
Yeah.
And like as a kid, it'd be terrible. But now as an adult, when you have to go buy that stuff, you're like, man, that's expensive.
My
So-
my mom used to direct.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that could be one of my worst gifts, I guess, was like that kind of clothing. But now as a practical person, I think they're. a
Yeah,
good
like
gift.
I don't mind getting a T-shirt at all anymore. I'm like, oh hey, a T-shirt, I can wear this.
Yeah.
This is nice. Thanks.
Yeah, but no, we like. What I was saying earlier is my grandma on my dad's side used to get us like just a bunch of toys from the dollar store,
Oh no.
and it was nice because she'd get you a bunch of toys. But the bad side of it was
They're cheap.
they're cheap and they'd break and fall apart like, hours, days, whatever. So
And I was like sadistic with my toys.
well, there's a surprise.
Yeah. I had a thing about fall and making my toys fall from very high things. And so that's how all my toys got broken. I had all like the Brave Star action figures, and I'd line them because when we moved in with my grandma and grandpa, we lived in a loft,
Yeah.
and
Hey Hunter, what time are you supposed to be there?
5.
It's 4:11.
And so I'd line them up on the banister and shove them off.
Where you shoved Brave Star figures off?
Uh-huh.
Pretty sure those are actually pretty expensive.
Yeah, it was 1991. They weren't expensive back then.
No, they're triple.
I remember, do you remember the worst toy I ever got were the Mad Balls? Do you remember those? It's a ball with a face on it. Like
Oh.
a monster or something. Oh, they were stupid.
They want if you'd squeeze it, like eyes or something would pop
No,
out?
not really. No,
like that?
I mean, they may have, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't
There were
know.
a lot of toys you couldn't do anything with when we were little.
Ugh.
Like the Barnyard Commandos. Do you remember that show?
No.
It took place right after Garfield on like CBS.
Well,
It was just a solid chunk of plastic. Like you couldn't move them. And I hated toys like that because they were pointless.
yeah.
This is why Chris can't own statues.
To this day.
This is why we can't buy Chris a Batman statue.
Another favorite gift of mine was probably our 360
Oh,
that we got.
I got PS2 when we got that thing.
I did get an Xbox for Christmas once. That was a pretty slick gift.
Dude,
Yeah, I got the
dude,
360.
we got the PS2. That was our first gaming console.
Yeah, that was our
Oh my
first home
goodness.
console.
Best thing ever. PS2.
I do remember when I opened up my Sega Genesis and got that. For some reason, I got 2 of them.
You have 2 Sega Genesis?
Yeah, because I think my mom bought a new one, and my cousin's like, "You're a moron. I have a used one here." So I got 2 of them. So like, I had one in my bedroom, and then one because I had a basement that I had was completely finished. So I had a whole room down there.
So basically, your mom just gave you 2 Sega Genesis. Did it have the free copy of Sonic the Hedgehog or no?
It did.
Both of them?
No,
No.
just the one. I didn't play it anyways. I never liked Sonic.
How do you not like Sonic?
I like the fighting games
Yeah.
a lot.
I'm more of a platformer guy myself.
Like one of my favorite games I remember growing up is the Death and Life of Superman.
Oh, so you like beat 'em up games?
Yeah, and then I liked Smash TV.
Nothing arcade game.
Yeah, that was a good game.
There's a lot of good games out there for anything.
I remember back in the Sega days. I remember NBA Jam and Mortal Kombat. Those are the two big games I played all the time.
Or SNES days.
I did Justice League Task Force, which was a fighting game.
Was it Primal Rage?
That was a great one.
That's another one. Yeah.
That was a Genesis exclusive, wasn't it?
No, I think it was on Sony too, wasn't it?
No, I think it was a Genesis exclusive.
I played that more in the arcade though than I did anywhere else.
We played the Alien game all the time in the arcade.
I love the arcade, so.
Now they're dead.
What did you say?
Now they're dead.
Now they're dead.
Because
Apparently they're dead now.
They're only dead in America.
Japan, they're
Only
pretty.
in America.
In Japan, they're thriving still.
Well, that's because you can stick your dick in half of those things, and if you win, you get a pair of dirty panties.
Make Hunter's Day right there.
Well,
They smell dirty.
I only watch anime, so it's fine.
Oh, so you'd be
So
all
you're
about that.
only
Oh,
pervert.
I'm not into that shit.
Terribly. Terribly.
Tentacle porn.
Literally, I'm watching an anime about muscle-bound dudes.
And, excuse me?
You walked into that one. I'm not gonna make that joke now.
Wow. Wow.
It's not even gay. It's just weird.
Sure it's not. It's just about muscle-bound dudes bumping into each other. I don't even know that's true, but it sounds true.
It's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
You know what?
That sounds like a
I
porn
mean,
film.
It does kind of sound like porn.
Alright, well, I think we're gonna call this episode quits. Right, Bubba? What do you say?
Mikey, it's Fist of the North Star.
I think he said
That
yes.
too sounds like a porn film.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
We'll see you later, folks.
What are we doing next week? What movie are we doing?
Mazes and Monsters.
Mazes and Monsters.
Tom Hanks' first film appearance.
Alright.